So running it now. Sounds a hell of a lot better now. The machine sounds, you can hear it blowing the fan now. Before that, it couldn't blow the fan like that. So when you hear it like that, it's blowing good. Before that, I couldn't hear the fan. Oh man, that was a lot of work what I did. So we'll see if she boots up. It's booting up now because it's taking a while. So everything is working good now. So we're back to normal. I got my Mac back in business. I didn't lose anything. Had 39cc. That is really excellent. That's what I used to be like back in 2010. So my Mac Mini was working. So I actually took it all by apart. I didn't lose anything. Everything I blew out the air can. I have to do that every 10 years to do it. So she's running a piece of cake now. So it shouldn't be heating up that much now. 35 to 34, that's good. It should be running the fan really excellent. When it gets all that dust inside it, it does that. When it gets up like 75 to 90 degrees like that, it did that. So I took my whole entire Mac apart today to make sure everything's working fine. To put the Wi-Fi connections back together. We'll see if we get Yahoo working right now. I just want to see Yahoo works. I'll probably have to put the different internet connection in a second. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me jump on one of my internet connections in a minute. She's working like a charm because I know how to upgrade the memory now. Just wait for a second. Okay. I'm going to go to bed right now for a while and check out later. But I had to put this back together so everything's working fine. So we're pretty good. So we're back to normal. 35 cc's. 44, but it's not climbing that much, but it's usually normal. I'll have to watch this later how it does. But it was like, when I did this thing was overheating when it does. It should stay at around 36, 44, that's right, but when you air it out, that's usually normal. Because when it starts heating up like 75 to 80 degrees, but that's 40 degrees, 36 Celsius. It's actually Celsius when it's going 74, but usually 38, 30 degrees or 38 or 30 Celsius, that's usually normal. So everything's working really good. I'm going to see what's the temperature like. Is this Celsius or not? What's Fahrenheit? What's the Fahrenheit look like? 108 degrees, but when I had it like that's usually normal. But when it was on Celsius, it was going from 77, 78, 80. That was not good. But Fahrenheit's usually 104 degrees. That's usually normal. That's actually the CPU. But that's usually normal. But it was really going way above. When it was going like 78 Celsius to 94 degrees, 94 Celsius, that was pretty bad. But I keep it under Celsius because 38 Celsius is usually normal. If it's around 70, but 38 is pretty quite good. So it's not that bad. That's why you look at Celsius like international way, that's how I usually know it. But when it's like 104 degrees, yeah, usually 108 degrees, that's normal for the machine, but that's good. But when it gets up to around 78, that usually goes bad. So the fan's actually working really excellent. So what I just did, I took this guy apart. I can do the RAM myself later on. What I did, how I took apart with screwdrivers. I'm going to show down in the description where I can get this video, where I learned it from this guy. My Mac Mini was actually different than his. It didn't have the cable when it pulled out, but his memory stick was different. But yeah, you can upgrade the hard drive and all that later on, but you can get more of these Mac Minis and fix them yourself. They're not hard to do and not hard to clean. So that would took me about 2 hours to do all that. I had to make sure to put the screwdrivers in That was the hardest part, to putting the screws back in, but I did everything. Every 10 years I'll probably have to do this to clean it out, but I'm not going to mess with it for a long time. So I had to did that to blow all the dust out. Because when I did that, when I lived in Clinton, Utah, when I lived in since during 2009 and 2011, I haven't touched this machine or cleaned it out ever since I lived there. When I got this Mac back in April 2010, it's over 10 years old. It's over that how long it is when I bought it. But the chips are date from 2009 from the year before, so everything was working fine now. So yeah, this is your heat since that keeps it in. When it starts shutting your Mac off, you have to take it apart and get the air out, clean it, or just use an air compressor, what I just did, or use a using a leaf blower to blow all the dust out. I had to use some brushes to clean out to get rid of the dust out of it. So the machine's working up 41 Celsius. It's not that bad. This thing keeps it from heating it up. It keeps it really cooled. So it's like what I got it brand new since the day I got it. That's what it's running like. It's running like back what I had 5 to 8 years ago. What I had back 2012 or 2013 standards. What I just have when I got that back then. When it starts heating up to like 80 Celsius or 90 Celsius, that means when it usually shuts off at a 94 Celsius between 78. But when it's around 40 Celsius or between around 30, that's usually good on the machine. That's usually normal for the Mac. So it's not going to overheat now. So this is Richard, to all my special friends. Have a wonderful week this week. This is the part 3 video I just had to show you. Oh man, that was a pretty hassle, but I was worried about it quite a bit. But everything was in good shape inside. So I had to just learn how to take apart my first Mac machine, my first Mac Mini. So the newer Mac Mini shouldn't be able to be hard to take it apart. Probably be the same way, but they probably have other videos do it. But the older Mac Minis are easy to do. So this is Richard. To all my special friends Blake and Danielle, have a wonderful week. And to all my cousins out east, just wanted to show you this, what I just did. And I didn't want to take apart my Mac when I first got it, when I bought it brand new. That's why I had to wait for a long time when the time was right. Yes, you can do these yourself if you get them used for $200 or $120. You can take these things apart. Just use a screwdriver, just like I said, and have some little tiny bit things you get. Either way, it's not hard to do. I'll show you the guy's video where I learned how to take this thing apart. And I found this a while back, a few months ago. So lucky I did. I'll be having that on my favorites now on, so people can learn how to do it. I'll just put the description in the video and you'll be able to learn how to do it. This is Richard. Catch y'all later. Thanks.